Hey guys, what's up? What's up? And we are back, and it is Monday, and it is the last week of February, and I want to make sure everybody's up to par with their intentions of the year, the goals, and we all have this year I want to do intentions as opposed to goals. My intentions were to make more videos for the channel, to be more active on social media, to be more vulnerable, to be actually more I guess delivering value to the audience, and so far I've been trying to work as hard as I can to try to bring that to the audience and to my followers and friends and stuff like that. So that's been a lot of work, and a lot of time goes into thinking about the content you're putting out there, and making sure that every piece of content I put brings value to each and every individual, and if it doesn't, at least gives you an inspiration or an idea that you start thinking about certain things that you probably wouldn't have thought before. And since this is the last week of February, and it's if you think about it, 8 weeks into the year, I started this weekend. I said, I normally took the weekends to really go ham, as I call it, on editing my videos, putting up videos for the week, recording some videos if I can, if I have any topics that come off the top of my head. And it's kind of hard because I got my kids, and the weekends I really try to spend as much time as I can, so the videos I don't have much time to make content, but I edit in the morning, and then I go and focus on them. And during the day, it's kind of hard to record with them running around and all the noise and stuff, all the beautiful chaos. But today, something came up to my head, and I was thinking about how, we underestimate the power of refreshing, of restarting, of taking a pause, of hitting that pause button, and just sitting down with yourself and doing nothing. And it's something that we're not trained in society. We're trained in hustling, go hard. You gotta, you die, you sleep when you die. Like, these are all the motivational guys that I hear, the comments and their quotes, and they're very inspiring. But I think, honestly, you as an individual, you can only take so much. Obviously, everybody's different, but most people, you need that refresh button, that restart. If not, I feel like you run into a wall and you can burn out. And I look at it, an analogy, as of working out. When I work out, obviously I used to work a lot harder back in the days, but now for me it's just to be healthy and to stay healthy, right? And to stay in shape as much as I can. I used to, my regimen was 10 weeks or 8 weeks, 8 weeks and 10 weeks, whichever one I felt more feasible. I would take 1 week off, and I would restart again my another workout routine, 8 weeks or 10 weeks into it. So I had a regimen of every 8 weeks I take a week off. So if you look at it, every 8 weeks you had a week, and in that week I would basically just not go to the gym at all, not do any heavy lifting besides work, but no heavy lifting, no running, no cardio, nothing. Just come home and do my regular routine, not overindulge in certain foods, but I still have foods that I do like to eat. Like, I love sweets. I love sweets, and this is why I can't get my six-pack, but I love sweets. I love sandwiches. I love ice cream. I love cake. These are the things that I love. So during that week, I'll have a little bit here and there, and just rest. A lot of naps, sleep early, get a lot of more rest than I normally would get. And I started incorporating this when I started watching a lot of the when I was really into trying to be a competitive bodybuilder, as they say. I was reading a lot of the articles, and a lot of them will state that you don't grow in the gym, you grow outside the gym, right? You grow while you rest. You grow while how much food you eat. You grow when you're sleeping. Sleeping is so important in bodybuilding competitions, and their rest is so important. This is why a lot of them, when they do hardcore and they do go into this 24/7, they really can't have a job, because they have to work out, train, rest, and then eat. It's a constant eating. So they state that your body doesn't grow in the gym, it grows outside of it, the way you feed your body and the way you rest. So if you start looking at it in life and in entrepreneur life, a lot of the times we don't understand how powerful rest is, and actually resetting it and looking at having different perspective. When you sit down and you stop your hustling and momentum. Momentum is key, but I think we underestimate the power of rest. And I haven't really talked about it that much in this channel, but it brings you a lot of insights, because you're not you're not actually trying to do anything. You're just trying to, if anything, do the opposite, and you're just trying to rest and relax. And there's something about relaxing and not having to feel like you have to do anything that actually brings the opposite. You get these creative ideas, creative content, creative inspirations, and you get more things piling on because you're not trying, right? And this inspired me because I was watching Kyle Cease, and he talks about, one of his videos is like, stop trying. And he's like, we try to do certain things. You try to make things happen. You try this. You try so hard to make the business successful. You try to get that job. You try to get that girl, guy. And sometimes he states, stop trying, right? So for me, I think when I restart and I refresh on my every 8 weeks, on my I call my recuperation week, my body just feels at ease. You know, I might feel a little bit sluggish because I'm used to the hustle and bustle, but I've always had this experience. When I come back that's the week following, I'm stronger, I have more endurance, I feel more, more rested, less pain, less aches, less strains on my body, and I credit that to the rest. A lot of people have different thoughts on this, but I feel everybody has a different body or different mind, but I think the mind is a muscle itself, right? And if the mind is a muscle, as doctors say and researchers say, then it needs rest as well. So, we're constantly activating and we're constantly watching, stuff that might not actually help. But if you're an entrepreneur and you're actually trying to be productive, your mind is being stimulated. You're thinking out of new ideas, new content, new businesses, new strategies, new structure. Your mind is on 110, right? 110%, right? So and especially in the Western culture, we underestimate the power of rest and refreshing. You know how a computer has to be restarted once in a while, your phone as well. Jay Shetty said the other day, you restart your phone. I think the body itself needs the same thing. The mind itself needs to be refreshed. Sometimes when your computer is slowing down and you have a website open and it's slowing down, you hit the refresh button and it actually comes back to life and it starts running properly. I think the same goes for our mind. We got to understand that the mind is a muscle, and you need to give it the rest it needs to come back and start, working for you 100% like you want it to. And it's hard, because it's hard for me as well, because I feel like once I start something, I want to finish it. I have to think about it every day, think hard, be productive, create content, create strategies, create different structures that will eventually get me achieve the success that I want. But first, I think when you restart or when you refresh, I say it's the same thing, restart, refresh, whatever you want to call it. When you hit that button on your mind, you are able to sit down and see all you have already accomplished, all you have done. How far you are, how much further you are from where you started, how much you have accomplished, how much you actually are being productive. Because when you're in the race, or as they call it, in the hustle, you don't see how productive you're being, because you feel like you need more. And when you stop, kind of force yourself to stop, you start seeing your results, and it's so powerful. And I think this weekend when I love to read books, right? If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm always posting my books that I'm reading. I'm still haven't finished the Wayne Dyer book, but I didn't really finish it this weekend because I felt like, I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna put down I did do a little bit of journaling, but I put down the books, I put down the channel, I put down the Instagram account, and I just spend time with my kids. Took a lot of naps, watched a couple of Netflix shows, and I watched some documentaries that I love documentaries. So I watched certain things that the mind was at ease, right? And of course, you don't want to be like this 24/7 forever, but the power of just being aware that I know that I was gonna do this. I sat myself down and said, listen, I'm not touching anything. I'm gonna start watching TV. I'm gonna actually sit down and do the opposite of what I always do. And I started coming up with a lot of ideas, new strategies come to you guys with the channel, with the social media accounts. So I was looking for just rest, and I actually came out with a lot of more productive ideas. So if anything you guys can do away from this video is, don't underestimate the power of just not doing nothing, of just refreshing. Stop whatever it is you're doing, whatever projects you got going on. If it's not gonna cost anybody their jobs, obviously, or somebody's their livelihood, stop it. Take 2 or 3 days off. I prefer a week, but you can take 2 or 3 days and don't address it, right? Don't, if it's your phone and you have to get away from your phone, get away from your phone. I have my phone, but I didn't really go on Instagram. I think I went out once on Sunday just to check my messages, but I didn't go on to post or anything. Well, I didn't go on to try to provide content. I was just trying to be like the observer of everything. And it's really good for you because it refreshes your body. You don't feel that much stress of having to create something or having to, be connected. And you see that, we are already accomplished. We are already productive. We are, light years ahead of what we thought we were at the beginning of the year. So, take this week or this weekend and sit down and just pat your damn self on the back, and congratulate yourself, because sometimes people are not gonna congratulate you at all. But that's the difference between being successful or not. When you're able to congratulate yourself and sit down with yourself and be like, hey man, I said I was gonna start this. I'm already this far off, and I'm proud of myself, and is very valuable. So again, I think we cut a little bit short of this video, but let's try to take this week coming up or the week following, take a week off. If you work out a lot, don't do it for the whole week. Stay home, relax. If you don't work out, go work out for the week and stay away from your work and work out as much as you can and try to get a routine going. But if you're most entrepreneurs that I follow, a lot of them have their workout routine. They are very disciplined with certain things. So do the opposite and see what results you get. And you can always go back. Remember, it's not permanent. But do the opposite for 1 week and let's refresh. And I'll get back to you next week, and we're gonna give us the results of what you guys are feeling, how you guys have seen a difference in your thinking, creative content, and if any productivity has come out of it. All right, guys, take care. See you guys tomorrow.